Okay, what's up, guys? New release just came out for Metal Gear Delta. It's a remake of the existing Metal Gear 3 from the PlayStation 2 console. It got a remake. I want to point out a few facts, so this is kind of why I have this up. There's a lot of things that the PS3, the PS4, and PS5 things, and it didn't share with the PS2. In fact, one that I actually didn't know of was this dual mode. I didn't know that that was an existing thing, which doesn't show up in the PS3 or the PS5 version. Neither does this mode. In fact, while I'm thinking about it, this was PS3, PS4, PS5 versions when they got their remake. Just gonna fast forward a little bit. One thing that the PS2 did have was the color change with this background. A couple buttons, I forget which one allowed you to do it, but you could definitely change the background of that. Okay, so this doesn't show up in PS4 or PS5 versions, the transferring. Neither did these two. You got those as a whole separate other game entirely. But if you look back on the two here, you can tell they're missing something. In fact, let me do a favor for you guys. Whoops. You can already tell right there side by side between the two graphics overhaul. I did have to source the videos to make this point known that there's been a huge difference over the years, and some people are already dissing the game on its release, but I don't really think it's gonna be all that bad, honestly. I really don't. So I'm gonna go ahead and launch the game, see what we can figure out ourselves. Okay, so it's gonna tell me to grab a controller. I'll just minimize that for now. I have a really bad controller, guys, so I mean, audio might cut out. So far, I don't know if this loading time is normal. Oh, well, we're getting somewhere, so I mean, I'm gonna call that progress. So you can already tell that there is a lot of improvements between the two. Now, in the PlayStation 2 version, I also would like to point out that you could interrogate the soldiers on the spot. I have tried this and earlier, or not earlier, I have tried this in later versions in the 4 and the 5 PlayStation games. I didn't really feel the need to try to do it on the PlayStation 3, so I don't know about that. But in the PlayStation 4 and 5 variations, it does not let you interrogate, or I have been unable to do it. So we're kind of just stuck on setup right now. I'm gonna treat this like any other Metal Gear game I've played. I'm gonna baby it a little bit, kind of play around, see what I can get away with. There are some features that I would like to check out with the difficulties, regardless, in that nature. And the PlayStation 2 version, when they transferred it over to 3, 4, and 5 as well, easy difficulty literally gave you what was known as the EZ gun. I'd also like to see if that's a thing or not in this. If they kept that detail, or if that was something they completely removed altogether. I have no idea what it's doing right now, but I was gonna look into something. I don't remember a setup taking this long usually, but I mean, might be because I'm also streaming, which probably doesn't help. Yeah, well, we're already kind of 10 minutes into this and we're still at setup phase. I probably should have started this while I was going into the explanation. But I'd also like to point out that any of the videos that I share, they go to their prospective creators. I normally reserve this right to play and stream this on my console, but however, making that point known from beforehand, I couldn't exactly do that if I was playing this on my console. Oof. I'm just gonna put it on balance for now. I would like it to be high dynamic range, but okay. Alright. I didn't say cancel, but there we go. Of course, Unreal had to stick their fingers into it too, but I digress on the subject with that. All the same. Yeah, see, already pretty promising. See, you don't get the camouflage with this, you get the actual starting area. Unlocks after completing the story. So you do still get the snake versus monkey. See, they have new style, legacy style. See, that kind of slaps with it being down at the bottom. Yeah, see, we gonna play it with the new, but you could definitely see the improvements where the improvements are. See, I don't know what it was in classic for keyboard. Okay, so that's... So I'm glad I'm kind of doing this the way I was gonna do this. Okay, that's pretty cool too. I didn't realize that was something we needed. So depending on which one you choose determines your initial equipment for additional support, I guess. Because if you notice right here, wasn't something that was there before. I didn't really realize I needed that in my life, but yeah. Alright, so again, not something I normally do.
After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
Voiceover is still the same.
Approaching Soviet airspace.
20 minutes to drop off.
Commencing internal depressurization. Equipment check. Arm main parachute.
All right. Ready to go.
Drop zone still showing a high pressure mass. Cav okay.
Good. We've got high visibility.
Put out that cigar. Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector. Put on your mask. Does this panty waste know what he's doing?
Approaching release point.
10 minutes to drop off.
Hey, are you deaf?
He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
Sunrise.
This might have been a feature if you had chosen Metal Gear 2 as one of the options,
External temperature minus
but you
46
do
degrees
get
Celsius.
the Raiden
2
face
minutes to drop
mask.
off.
However,
Stand up.
any factor of Raiden being in this is purely a coincidence.
Try not to get frostbite from the wind chill.
1 minute to drop off. Move to the rear.
Activate bailout bottle.
This is one for the history books. The world's first Halo jump.
10 seconds to drop off. Stand by.
I have my reasons for saying that, but we'll cover that if I make it to it in this recording.
Drop off. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spread your wings
And fly. God be with you.
Jack, I've got some important news. The head of the CIA has finally given us the green light for the virtuous mission.
Virtual mission?
No, the virtuous mission. The future of our Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission? Sounds like some kind of initiation ritual.
You know, don't get cocky. This isn't a training op.
Right. So what exactly is this wonderful mission?
Well, about 2 years ago, a certain Soviet scientist requested asylum in the West through one of our moles. His name is Nikolai Stepanovich Sokolov. He's head of the OKB 754 Design Bureau, one of the Soviets' top-secret weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov? Isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same. On April the 12th, 1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned spaceflight in history.
The Earth was blue, but there was no God.
Well spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin into orbit was the A-1, known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket development to become the head of the newly established Design Bureau.
From a lowly technician to head of a design bureau, that's quite a success story, so why do you want to defect?
It seems he'd become afraid of his own creations.
Afraid?
Call it a crisis of conscience.
And for that, he left his country and his family behind and went over the fence?
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also to be taken safely to the West. We used a mole to get the family out first and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards. I was the one who conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back then. Then what?
We got Sokolov over in one piece, but the whole ordeal had left him exhausted, and we checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
October the 16th, 1962, President Kennedy received word that the Soviets were in the process of deploying intermediate-range ballistic
I'll
missiles.
spare
in
you
Cuba.
guys the details. Some of you have
President
actually already
demanded
played
so-
this. But, there's a photo mode? Huh. Some of you have already known this. Played this, even.
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino-Yarsk in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the West. If we don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking. Once we've
Alright, so I
confirmed the
framed
rescue
up
of
for a
Sokolov,
minute.
stand by at the recovery point. A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the theory.
Take it easy. It's been combat proven.
Do you think Sokolov is up to it?
The shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500 pounds.
So you're planning on going over the border in a single combat Talon?
She's equipped with two 6-barrel 20mm Vulcan cannons, as well as two 40mm machine guns.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Home in time for dinner.
But if anything goes wrong, you'll be eating dinner, breakfast, and all the rest of your meals in the jungle.
Glad to see things never change.
Do you copy? You're already in enemy territory, and somebody might be listening in. From here on out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other. Your code name for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on. You're not to mention your real name.
Snake?
Well, you don't like snakes?
What do you mean?
You've eaten one before, haven't you?
In survival training?
I'm glad to hear that.
I don't know if I'd ever order one in a restaurant, but...
Be careful, you might not have a choice.
What about you, Major? What should I call you?
Let's see. I'll be Tom. Call me Major Tom. This will be a sneaking mission. You must not be seen by the enemy. You must leave no trace of your presence. Is that clear? This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's speciality. In other words, weapons and equipment are procured on site. That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
Great. Now I see why you asked me if I like snakes. I suppose calling me Snake was your idea of a joke, too.
No. There's a good reason for that. I'll tell you later when the time is right.
Gotcha. Getting back to the subject, how exactly am I supposed to feed myself?
You've been issued a knife and a tranquilizer gun. Use them to hunt for food. You'll also find some medical supplies in your backpack.
Yeah, about the backpack. I lost it in a tree on the way down.
I see. Well, you'd better go back and get it then. You know where it is?
No problem. I can see it from here. It's stuck on a branch.
To climb a tree, stand in front of a tree that's covered in ivy and press the action button. I'll be monitoring your progress over the radio. We can't risk violating Soviet airspace, but I'll be in the gunship. My frequency is 140.85. I'll give you a call if I need to talk to you. If you need to talk to me, use the send function. Okay, Snake, go get your backpack.
So I'm gonna be like playing around for a minute. Interesting. So the ducks is something new that wasn't there before. I actually don't know how to bring up the... Okay, we're gonna ignore that happened. Okay. So there is no way to actually contact the major on keyboard. Yep, so it is not yet known how to actually contact them yet. Combat style is definitely a lot faster.
I see you've retrieved your backpack, Snake. To equip a weapon, it's necessary to take it out of your backpack. In the survival viewer, choose Weapon from the backpack. Your available weapons will be displayed from that list. Choose for other equipped items, just do the same.
Yeah, whatever.
Snake, try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
Yeah, they definitely added more detail, depth to detail for sure. Well, that's just not changed. Oh, well, that doesn't explain how to actually. Oh, you gotta hold it. See, that's different. It's also slightly different.
saving the game, Snake? Hey, Snake, you ever heard of Godzilla King of Monsters?
No, what is it?
It's a movie. You haven't seen it?
Sokolov should be at...
Alright. I actually don't know how to change weapons. Okay, that's how you do that. So I didn't realize you could walk in first person with that. That's actually really good to know. Okay, that combination's also good to know too. Moving while being able to crouch is something new too. Okay, that's still quicksand at the end of the day. Honestly, I could just do this. I understand where that might get annoying after a while. So something else I'm just now noticing too is that there's a yellow icon on the compass now. Apparently you have a full-on compass that guides you.
Major, I've spotted two...
So we'll just skip that part.
Snake?
I'm a little bit of a troll when it comes to these guards. You'll understand my antics soon enough. The fuck? Already getting stun grenades is pretty crazy. But I have gotten a lot worse with less, so I'll take the win where I can get it. So they've moved a few things around from what I can tell. The frog used to be in the tree, and now there is no frog in the tree. That frog is virtually non-existent now. Let's see something.
Who's that?
Alright, so if I can ever pull it off, that'll be fantastic. But that's not what I was trying to do, and it's great to know that that's still in effect. That still works. I just thought I was going to have to unequip. But however, I hope that I can actually interrogate them. Which this scene reminds me, it makes me wonder if the M16 is still there or not. was an SVD laying around somewhere. That might be the M16 down there. So what I'm noticing is you don't have to hold the buttons down like you did before. But if you're not careful, you're gonna go up the side like that. It's a good thing that he just so happens to be able to catch himself. Yeah, I'm just not dealing with that. Being 100% real right here, I could murder them all with just a well-placed grenade. But this play run's not about the kills right now. Trust me, if I had a mass body count right now, I'd never get through the sorrow.
Major, I've reached the abandoned factory where Sokolov is supposedly being held. This place is a dump. I can't see Sokolov from here. The security is pretty tight. There are sentries posted around the perimeter. I wonder how many are inside.
Your objective, Sokolov, is inside the factory. They should be holding him in a room in the northeast section.
Northeast section. Got it.
Be careful.
Last time it was a fucking face mask there. Maybe I've lost my mind.
He's a member of the Army's extremist
Major. This is Snake. Sokolov is...
He still hasn't changed.
So this is the legendary boss. Huh? We meet at last.
You're from the Ocelot unit of Spetsnaz. Huh. What's a crew soldier doing here?
Soldier?
He's the Ocelot commander.
Ha! That's Major Ocelot to you. Don't you forget it.
Sokolov is ours. Now get out of here.
And Ocelot never lets his prey escape.
What?
Okay, I don't care who you are. That shot was pretty cool, though. Impressive, but also not realistic.
I can't say it feels good to kill a comrade, even if it is for the GRU.
Sokolov, take cover.
Huh.
boss, are you?
Operatives?
What is that stance? Huh. That gun. If you're not the boss, then die.
Major! Leave it! Shoot the other one!
You ejected the first bullet by hand, didn't you? I see what you were trying to do. But testing a technique you've only heard about in the middle of battle wasn't very smart. You were asking to have your gun jam on you. Besides, I don't think you're cut out for an automatic in the first place. You tend to twist your elbow to absorb the recoil. That's more of a revolver technique.
You filthy American dog!
But that was some fancy shooting. You're pretty good.
Pretty good.
Major, do you read me?
I read you. Snake, you all right?
I've run into a few snags. These guys were after Sokolov too.
I don't know what the difference is between that.
You okay?
Those men were from the Ocelot unit.
Spetsnaz?
Yes. The best crew has to offer. They're coming for me. I'm finished.
Calm down. I'll get you out of here, I promise. And we've got some of the best backup we could ask for.
Look.
That's what they were making you build.
Yes. finished. No, this is only the end of Phase 1. It won't be truly finished until we complete Phase 2.
Phase 2.
The weapon's true form. If it is completed and the Colonel gets his hands on it, it will mean the end of the Cold War.
The end of the Cold War.
Yes. And then the Age of Fear will truly begin.
A world war.
I had no choice but to cooperate. I didn't want to die. I wanted to see my wife and child again in America. Please, take me to America, quickly. They cannot complete it without my help.
Got it. Let's go. Boss?
Good work, Jack.
What are you doing here?
Sokolov comes with me.
Hornets.
My friends, let us fight together again.
I have waited long for this day.
Even more uglier in person.
We will fight with you once more. Welcome back, boss.
Now that all 5 of us are together, it's time we go to the depths of hell itself. It's raining blood. Is he crying?
Kuwabara, Kuwabara. Ah, what a joyful scene.
Colonel Vogan.
Welcome to my country. And to my unit.
am defecting to the Soviet Union. Sokolov is a little gift from my new hosts.
Recoilless nuclear warheads. These will make a fine gift for me.
This can't be happening.
Who is he? Another one of your disciples? Are we taking him with us?
No, this one is still just a child. Too pure for us Cobras. He has not yet found an emotion to carry into battle.
What are you talking about?
Think you can pull the trigger?
He's seen my face. We can't let him live. If Khrushchev finds out about this, we're finished. He must die.
Wait. He's my apprentice. I'll take care of him. Jack, you can't come with us.
The new blood has been rejected.
Are we done here?
Now, onto Sokolov's research facility.
Shagohod is ours.
Drift away. My place is with them now.
Snake, can you hear me?
Yeah. Just barely.
Snake, listen to me. You need emergency medical treatment. Can you move? You've got to get those wounds treated. Hang in there. All right, let's get you fixed up. Paramedic?
Okay, Snake. Just relax and it'll all be over before you know it. Stay with me. You've been in worse shape before. Think you can handle it?
Major. The boss. She's defected.
We'll talk about that later. First, we've got to get you patched up.
Okay, here we go. First,
Sorry about that, guys. I had a huge stretch in there somewhere.
If you select cure, you can start the treatment. Healing is divided into two types of treatment: medicine and surgical procedures. Your injuries include a fractured left elbow and rib bone, and lacerations on your upper arms, right elbow, and abdomen. They need to be fixed using surgical treatment. Move the healing cursor with a movement stick to the affected part of your body, and press the enter button. Once you've selected the affected area, use the movement stick to select the medical item, and then press the enter button. With this method, you can use items to help your recovery process. To treat a bone fracture, first secure the affected area with a fastener and then wrap it in bandages. That should do it. For lacerations, you'll need disinfectant to clean the wound, sutures to stitch it up, styptic to slow the flow of blood, and bandages to wrap the wound. If you do everything I mentioned, the wound should heal completely. Understood?
Yeah.
Stay with me. Go into the survival viewer and treat those wounds.
Okay.
Good job, Snake.
We're coming to get you now. Just stay where you are. We'll drop a recovery balloon. Can you set it up?
See, the working theory I have behind this is Phantom Pain, Peace Up, they're all connected to this time era. And it has to do all with that damn bandana of his that he got from her. To an extent. Because that bandana was Strangelove's memento. A signature piece of the relationship between her and Hal Emmerich. No, sorry, correction, not Hal Emmerich. Wrong person. Huey. I had to correct myself for a minute. That's my bad, guys. So, Strangelove and Huey, who is actually the name I mentioned is actually their offspring, Hal. So, Huey had a child with Strangelove and produced Hal. Just like how Snake with Eva, who later is found out to be the actual big boss, is actually Snake's father. Which, if you played up to Metal Gear 4, that's practically old Snake's father. Which is this dude. Not like in this cinematic, but like the main character that you play as.
Excellent. A great success. Thanks to the boss and her cobras, I have both Sokolov and the Shagohod.
What are we going to do with the girl?
Who is she?
Apparently she's Sokolov's woman.
She's a nice catch. I'll take her. Not so fast, my dear. A kiss of death?
Are you KGB?
We may be able to use her. She has spunk.
Shall we take her back to the base?
Perhaps we should. We have no further use for Sokolov's research facility. I think it's time I gave this marvelous new toy a try.
Colonel, even if they are our enemies, they're still our countrymen.
But it won't be me that pulled the trigger. It'll be our friend, the American defector.
You're going to nuke your fellow Russians?
Remember the Alamo.
Colonel!
Actually, the more I think about it, the more I actually take back what I said, just ever so slightly. I mean, yeah, the bandana was in Strangelove's possession, and what made me jump back to retract a small part of my statement was I just had remembered that, um, sorry, I'm losing my thought here. It'll come back to me in a second, guys. Oh, shit. I just hit the wrong damn thing. Right, okay, because this version of Snake is a lot younger, and for Hal to have been born would have had to have happened much, much, much later. I, I don't know exactly where I'm trying to go with this. Just, I don't know. The bandana just somehow found its way into Strangelove's possession. That's pretty much all I can really go as far as that. But it's hard to determine the order in which that these should be played at this point.
With darkness and silence through the night, what a thrill. I'm searching and I'll melt into you. What a fear in my heart, but you're so supreme.
You're not looking at the date in which that they're made.
Not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater.
Oh, no, now I remembered it. Okay, this version of Snake is much younger. This version of Snake is much younger than perceived in the others. So, we always see Snake with the bandana. Again, I guess you could say I'm trying to figure out how it coordinates with how they got a hold of it. Because if you look at the item when you receive it, it says a momentum of Strangelove or something like that. So I'm guessing the speculation here of the order is this one first. Then Phantom Pain. No. Sorry. This one, I completely forgot about Peace Ops. But that would be next, considering he probably decided to isolate himself for a while teach people his trainings, or teach people his training is what I meant to say, but anyway, you get the point. So that's how Peace Op started with that, which kind of goes into Huey and Strangelove just a little bit, especially when you get into it with four, with not four, Phantom Pain. Wow, I am fucking this up hardcore. Okay. Give me a minute to think, so just go on with this for a minute.
On a tree frog, this ordeal, the trial to survive. For the day we see new light, I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater.
Okay, so yeah, I think I might have just cracked it. Alright, so yeah, it'd be this one first, then Peace Ops, then Metal Gear Phantom Pain Ground Zero. Oh my god, I did it again. No, I didn't. Yeah, and then it's Phantom Pain. Because Ground Zero kind of leaves an interesting turn with the survivors of Mother Base. That and Skullface and all that nonsense as well. And how effectively Paz betrayed you and led them to attack the base. Um, 5 kind of picks up after that, after you rescue Miller and how y'all build it bigger and better and all that. So during that time period, somewhere, I'm not even going to count Metal Gear Survive because that's not actual canon to an actual story. That's just somebody having a little too much time on their hands. It's like solving a paradox. Somebody had too much time on their hands with that. But from that point, I can pretty much speculate that it went into Metal Gear Solid, which went into Metal Gear Solid 2, and then Metal Gear 2 Sons of Liberty. Which then we're jumping numbers at that point, so we're going from Metal Gear 2 to Metal Gear 4. I didn't think that we would be actually going back in time, so to say, in newer editions. I kind of figured that we'd be moving forward with the franchise, but that's kind of not what my video is about. That's a whole other arc for another time.
I'm still in a dream, snake eater.
But if those of you that were interested in the actual order in which to play them in, that was pretty much kind of what I have gathered up to this point.
Currently flying over the Arctic Ocean, altitude 30,000 feet, approaching Soviet airspace. Arriving at the designated drone launch point. Drone oil pressure and voltage are nominal. Payload oxygen supply is nominal. Power supply to payload antifreeze system shows no problems. No gusts. All systems go for drone detachment.
Snake, we can't risk a halo jump this time around. Airspace security has gotten tighter since we were last here. We can't get as close to the ground as we did during the Virtuous mission. So instead, we'll be using one of our newest weapons. Snake, you're being given an honor on par with Alan Shepard. This is our last chance. Show your patriotism. If you fail, you'll be back in a hospital bed again, waiting for the firing squad. So how does it feel to be a patient in one of the most advanced ICUs in the world?
Would you do me a favor and tell the suits about visiting hours? I'll never get better with them assaulting me day and night with their questions.
Must be part of the top brass's inquiry.
More like an interrogation. According to them, I'm a traitor and an accomplice to the boss's defection.
They're just looking for a scapegoat.
Does that mean they're after you, too?
Let's just say neither one of us is going to be made a national hero out of this.
Does this mean Fox is going to die?
No. This fox is still one step ahead of the hounds. The reason I came to see you today, Jack, it's time for Fox to clear its name.
What are you talking about?
The situation has changed. We've still got a chance to come out of this one alive.
Yeah, what kind of chance?
Don't get too excited. Here, have a cigar. It's Cuban. This morning, I had a meeting with the CIA.
They decided when they're going to execute us?
No. Something even bigger. Yesterday, the White House received an unexpected call.
President Johnson? Yes, I hear you, Mr. Chairman.
It was a hotline call from Khrushchev to President Johnson.
From the head of the Soviet Union?
That's right.
A few days ago, one of our country's main design bureaus, OKB 754, was destroyed in a nuclear explosion. At about the same time, our anti-aircraft radar picked up a signature that appeared to come from one of your military aircraft. Does any of this sound familiar to you? In retaliation, I have placed our armed forces on secondary alert. Depending on your response, I may be left with no choice but to order the military to maximum alert and unleash Armageddon. With the help of your predecessor, I was able to survive the Cuban incident. But my power is not as great as it once was. If I am to survive this crisis, I must have your full cooperation.
I should have contacted you myself. Did you know that one of our soldiers defected to your country a week ago?
No.
So you haven't heard then. The man who arranged the defection was a GRU colonel by the name of Yevgeny Borosovich Volgin.
Volgin? Of the Brezhnev faction. Go on. Who is the soldier?
Her name is the Boss. She's a living legend. During World War II, she was the one who led us to victory in that war. In Russia, you know her as Voyevoda.
You mean the Boss? The mother of your special forces?
Yes, that's the one. And she took 2 miniature nuclear shells along with her.
The Boss took 2 miniature nuclear shells?
I'm afraid so. I believe they were a gift for her new hosts. The Davy Crockett Atomic Battle Group delivery system was completed 2 years ago. But serious problems were found with the launcher's range and precision. Although they were mass-produced, they've never been deployed in battle.
But Sokolov's research facility was completely wiped out. The whole area is polluted.
I can only offer you my deepest condolences over this terrible tragedy.
So, the boss, with Colonel Volgin's help, stole 2 experimental nuclear shells and took them with her as gift when she defected. Then, shortly thereafter, Sokolov's design lab, a top-secret military research facility, was destroyed by one of these weapons. Am I right so far?
Yes, that's correct.
And the American government denies any involvement in the affair. Is that right as well?
That's correct. We were not involved in any way.
Then what was a U.S. military aircraft doing on our radar screen? It was clearly in violation of our airspace. And yet you say it was not acting under your orders.
That's correct.
You expect me to believe that this was all the work of a single soldier?
I don't know what else to tell you.
The army insists that this is all a ploy on your part.
I've said it once and I'll say it again. Our government had nothing to do with it.
And I would like dearly to believe you. However, I'm afraid my power over the military has weakened since the Cuban incident. I will need some kind of proof that this was not the action of the American government. You have 1 week. You must catch the boss yourselves and recover the remaining nuclear device. Then, you must find some way to prove your innocence.
Prove our innocence?
Yes, preferably something painful. Prove to me that this is not merely another one of your tricks.
The boss should be close to Colonel Volgin. How about a little co-action?
I would not expect too much if I were you. The political situation here is unstable. And Colonel Volgin is a member of the Brezhnev faction, which seeks to topple my government. 1 week. You have only 1 week. And if it is not too much to ask, do something about Volgin as well.
What is that supposed to mean?
Nothing. Means nothing. Call it a modest gentleman's agreement to ensure our continued relationship.
What if we can't prove our innocence?
Then I will be unable to restrain the military. I will be ousted, and they will seek their revenge.
A nuclear attack on the United States?
I leave the disposal of this situation entirely to your discretion, Mr. President.
Disposal?
If you fail, it will mean the beginning of a new world war.
To put it simply, in order to avoid a full-scale nuclear conflict, we have to prove that America was not involved in that explosion.
And eliminating the boss ourselves will prove America's innocence?
Right. The higher-ups have decided that you're the only one capable of pulling this off. You were her last apprentice. Screw this one up, and we'll both be 6 feet under. There's no choice.
Are the Russians going to be helping us?
The KGB has promised to lend us one of their communications satellites so that you and I can talk to each other.
That's it?
They've also put us in touch with a couple of insiders.
Insiders?
Go figure.
There was a defection in September 1960. Do you remember it?
You mean the 2 NSA codebreakers who went over to the Soviet Union?
Precisely. Since then, they've apparently been training with the KGB for exactly this kind of situation. Their code names are Adam and Eva. I've been told that Adam has infiltrated Volgin's ranks. We've also arranged for him to provide you with an escape route. You'll need to rendezvous with him when you get there.
Control. Unidentified aircraft detected. Altitude 30,000 feet. It's fast. Estimated Mach 3. Bearing south. I'm about to lose it.
This is Snake. Do you read me?
Loud and clear. Glad to see you landed safely.
I got blown pretty far off target.
Snake, let's go over your mission objectives one more time. Rescue Sokolov. Find out what's happened to the Shagohod, then destroy it. And finally, eliminate the boss.
Eliminate the boss.
This mission will be codenamed Operation Snake Eater.
Because I'll be taking on the boss in our Cobra unit, right?
Don't forget about Colonel Volgin.
I'm not a hired killer.
I know, but that was the Kremlin's demand.
Demand? You mean it wasn't just a request? What's it to us if the Khrushchev regime is threatened by the Colonel and his faction?
If supporting the current regime helps us avoid a nuclear exchange, then that's what we'll do.
And what are the CIA's demands?
Our priorities are the rescue of Sokolov and the destruction of the Shagohod.
Roger that, Major Tom.
Hold on, Snake.
What now?
I'm changing my codename. It turns out Tom wasn't the most auspicious choice.
What do you mean?
Well, the truth is, when I chose my codename, I picked the wrong one.
The wrong one?
Did you ever see the movie The Great Escape? It came out last year.
Oh, must have missed that one.
Anyway, it's based on a true story about prisoners who escaped from a POW camp in Nazi...
Yeah. I don't really care about the details all that much. That said, that's about all I've got time for.
Paramedic.
Snake, it's so good to hear from you again.
Same here. It's been a week, hasn't it?
4 days, actually.
Huh?
I visited you in the hospital. You were still unconscious, though.
Then you must have seen me naked.
Yeah, but you were all wrapped up in bandages and tubes, so I couldn't do anything but look.
Better luck next time.
Let's hope so. But seriously, don't forget that you were like that until just yesterday. In fact, you really shouldn't even be on this mission. Keep an eye on your stamina gauge. If you start to run low, don't push yourself. Eat something to replenish your stamina. And try not to get yourself hurt. If you're wounded or get bitten by a venomous animal, go into the survival viewer immediately and treat yourself using cure.
Yeah. I can see you still know how to nag.
You're welcome. And I can see you still don't know when to keep your mouth shut.
Maybe so. By the way, I heard you're going to lose your medical license if this mission fails.
Yes, there was talk of that, but the mission won't fail, will it?
Of course not.
Good. I believe in you. But you know what? I really don't care about my medical license.
Didn't they use that to force you to participate in this operation?
No, I volunteered.
Why?
So that I could watch over you.
Huh.
Snake, you're the best agent I've ever seen. But you push yourself too hard. You're reckless. Someone has to stop you from getting into trouble, to make sure you and the boss don't kill each other. So that's why I volunteered. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better guardian angel than me, right?
Thanks.
Stop right there.
Huh?
You can thank me when you get back.
All right.
And what little does she know that that's actually the mission.
Okay, good luck, Snake.
Thanks.
Well, like I said, that's all I've got time for.